Alright, what's up, Dragon Brew? Today we're going to play some Rakdos, and in particular, Lizards, because these were really good the last time we played them, and there's a couple of small tweaks to the list that we want to see if it works out even better with those new changes in the new meta. So you should see some of the usual suspects here with Iridescent Vine Lasher, easy way to ping your opponent when you're getting to just play lands. We have a full set of Burst Lightning because, well, it gets rid of early creatures, but more importantly, we can send this upstairs if we need to. We have some Hired Claw, because this is just one of the best lizards you can play. Flame Cash Gecko, allowing us to get access to multiple cards a turn, but also just letting us search for cards is very good. Now, this version does get to play Hazoret Godseeker, which is great, because we don't really get to see this card that often. We have a couple of things that care about starting our engines, which is very good. But also, just being able to have a big indestructible creature, very important. And being able to make our small creatures unblockable, very nice. We're also playing a full set of Lightning Strike. We have some Gastol Thrill Seeker, so this is another way we can get our max speed up and ping our opponents. We have 3 Gev Scaled Scorch, and I think it's possible we could go to a 4th Gev, moving some cards around, but for now we're going to play 3 in this particular video. We have 3 copies of Scales of Shell. This is to give us some more indestructible stuff against the board sweepers that we're seeing every which way. Thought Stalker Warlock, this card's actually just very good, getting to remove the problematic cards from the opponent's hand. We have 3 Alesha Who Laughs at Fate, letting us replay a bunch of stuff out of our graveyard. And then if we're just trying to go really nuts, we have Laughing Jasper Flint. That is a 4/3 on his own, but also being able to get extra cards from the opponent's library is very good. Now, as always, if you haven't gone and checked them out, go over to Tales of Adventure if you're looking to buy some magic cards, particularly because you can save 5% on whatever you order if you use my code DRAGON, which is DRAGN. And they support several great creators as well as the major events, so you'll be supporting the community while you're shopping over there. But all that business aside, let's go see how many wins we can get with this new pile of lizards. Oh, we can't go first with 1 land. I mean, we could, but it'd be a bad idea. I think on this one, we just have to play a Gev tapped. Or, I mean, second, by playing a Restless Fence tapped. I think Restless Fence is going to be the questionable card, because we're only playing 2 of them. But if you draw them early, they can be problematic, unfortunately. Alright, so let's go ahead. Play Hired Claw. Let's try to get rid of this Knucklehead. And then just hope this doesn't go too terribly bad for us. Builder's Talent. Well, that's unfortunate because I can't really force through a creature. Though, we do still get to deal damage. Opponent's willing to block. We accept that. Put this on Lizard. Play Stalker. This whole hand's probably bad for us. Whoa, they're playing Charge Mage's Rescue in here? What is this? So this is... I was thinking it was an Aura's deck, and then they played Talent, so now I'm really confused. I mean, I guess I get rid of Builder's Talent? I mean, I guess they could have a giant 0/4. I mean, do we care? Like, I don't even know. I'm like, is that good, bad, all right? I have no clue. Oh, they found an Ethereal Armor. Gross. All right. Well, I guess we just can't attack into that anymore. At least not for a minute. Oh, Laughing Jasper's a fun card to have here. And you know what? Opponent can't really block something with Menace, so still deals damage. This is going to be a weird game, man. I can already feel it. So opponent's playing an Aura's deck with Builder's Talent. That's a new way to go. And it might actually not be terrible. 0/4s do block a lot of things. So who knows? Maybe they're onto something. Oh, but if I can give creatures flying, though, and I can destroy enchantments. Oh, man. Oh man, decisions, decisions. All right, so I can play their scavenger. No, I wouldn't have enough. Oh yeah, I would, because that's two. Because I just need to destroy an enchantment. Because there's no point trying. Oh, that's not even an artifact anyway. All right, so let's play this first. And then let's destroy an enchantment. Actually, you know what? What is the third level in this? When this becomes a 3, return target non-creature, non-land permanent. Oh, yeah, that's fine. All right. We'll destroy an enchantment. And we'll get rid of the ethereal armor. And then play Feather Flight. And this gives a +1/+1, right? Okay, cool. So I'm just maximizing what I can attack with here. Ooh, and Gastro Thrillseeker. Okay, all right. Oh, I messed up. They can block the Hired Claw still. Because I forgot they're going to get a +1 from the Builder's Talent. Yeah. That's the right move for them. Oh, they didn't do it, though. Wow. Okay. I mean, good news is, even if they get rid of stuff, I have Gev and Thrillseeker that's going to be a couple of damage right off the bat. Man, you never know what you're going to see at Mythic. This is why I tell people, I think Mythic is easier than playing at Platinum and Diamond. Because you just see so many weird decks. And part of that is people just getting to the same rewards. So whether they're, you know, at 70% or if they're in the top 1200, you get the same rewards at the end of the season. So I think once people realize you're not going to play to be in that top 1200 to qualify for the end of season, then they're just playing whatever quirky, fun, weird deck they want to mess around with. Which rightfully so. I mean, nothing wrong with that. All right, opponent's gonna requisition raid. Sure. I mean, seam rip. Sure. So we only get 2 cards from the opponent this time. This is kind of gross that we're getting to use their cards. Oh, we took lands away from them, but I found an ethereal armor. It's an extra +1. I mean, that counts for something, I guess. Let's go Give. Oh, this is fun. So we could deal a point from Give. And then it's just, do I want to... Oh, no, I get to do all this, actually. Yeah. Because then we deal a point from Gev. Then we deal a point from the Gastol Thrillseeker. Opponent goes to 3. We play this, giving something +1. So I guess it's really only worth giving it to this guy. And then a counter here. And then attack with everything. And that should do it. Because even if they block Laughing Jasper, they take 5. Yep, not how I thought this game was going to end based on how it started. The fact that we won by playing, what, 5 of our opponent's cards? Very weird. But hey, we'll take it. Sure, we'll keep this. Mostly because we have 2 Burst Lightnings and we're on the draw, so reasonable. Let's go ahead and get rid of this now. See how encouraged they are to play their... Yeah, they're usually not. I was going to say encouraged to play it, but let's go ahead. Play a Gev. We'll take a lot of damage next turn, but I'm hoping we can get them shields down or maybe get a situation where we could take 2 shots at the Slick Shot. Opponent says no deal. So let's go Lizard. Let's attack. Because why not? Sure, you got it. All right, they're going to turn inside out. That works. We at least still don't lose the Gev. Make them work harder to finish us, which is good. Could have played the Gastro Thrillseeker first, I guess. And I would have... Oh, no. Oh, wait, no. The opponent hadn't taken damage yet there. So that's fine. I was thinking I missed a chance to get the Gecko down. All right, Elusive Otter. You got it. Sleight of hand. You got it. I was like, if you would like to attack, I would like to block. Okay, what are we doing here? If I do this pre-combat, I deal a point. Then they respond. All right, sure. I mean, I say that. We could just straight up. Let's just Thought Stalker them. Oh, you have a Cell Sword. Oh. You know what? I'm willing to risk it. Sure. Alright. I mean, we have blockers, so I mean... You'd have to use all the spells. And we have a Lightning Strike available. Don't think we're doing too bad. Yep, they concede. I think on the draw, we have to really consider keeping this. Because we have a Burst Lightning, and we're not going to do anything on our first turn anyway. And then we have Thrillseeker on 2, so that's something. It's not a good something, but it's something. Alright, let's get rid of the Channeler. I have a feeling life gain deck's going to be really hard for us to deal with. But we'll have to figure it out. Okay, that's something. With our luck, they probably have another Channeler or like a Johnny's Pride Mate or something. But we'll see. Alright. Maya's annoying, but not the worst thing. Oh, and I was afraid we'd draw this, something like that. Alright. What if we attack? What do you want to do? Alright. Don't love it, but this feels like it has to be the play for us here. My thought, though, was if they didn't block, then we could Thought Stalker, and, you know, there was options, but things are what they are. We tried our bestest. Sure, you got it, I guess. Oh, no. Dang it. Alright, I'll attack. They're willing to block, which is interesting. What else you got? Okay. Yeah, we needed something else. But what we have. I mean, basically. This just did not work out the way we wanted. I mean, maybe we could play their cards and turn this into a little bit of something. And we'll just have to see what happens. I mean, they could also just shelter by Ghost here and get rid of our only actual plays. They're also playing black, so I mean, that removal is also viable. Starscape Cleric. All right, now that's going to put pressure on us. That does become a real problem. All right, good news is we can shoot a Starscape Cleric. That's about the only good news. All right, we get access to 2 of their cards. Ooh, Lunar Convocation is not what we were looking for. All right, we'll attack with the Thoughtstalker Warlock. We'll hit him with the other Thoughtstalker Warlock. Alright, well, we at least got rid of a couple of Starscape Clerics, so I'm not going to be too upset about that. Okay, that's something. We're making progress. If we can get another attack through, then we at least have Hazoret that has Indestructible. So that's a thing. Alright, I'm just going to give them the GGs and move on. I think I would like to mulligan this one. This feels way too defensive, even though we're on the draw. Wow. Got punished here, sadly. Alright. One of the Warlocks goes away. Alright. We're going to have a lot of work to do. Can I get... I was thinking, can I get one of our 1-mana dudes at least? That would have made this turn hurt a little less. Alright. Shared roots. Do that rampant thing. Is it possible we're just looking at Ouroboros next turn? If we think there is, we need to just Hired Claw here and pass. So that we could shoot an Ouroboros before it gets its counters. Oh, Overlord of the Hauntwoods. That was definitely not an Ouroboros. That's actually arguably worse for us under the current circumstance. So that kind of sucks. Lizard. I guess we can Thrill Seeker. Just play the gecko. I don't even know what we do from here. Like, do we want to discard? Do we want to... I guess we pump the Hired Claw. Alright. Opponent basically has infinite mana at this point. They can do whatever they want. And we've not done much in the way of damage, mind you. Oh, of course, get more land. Why not? What's the other part of that? Oh, yeah. Oh, so I just let you copy a thing. Yeah, sure, I'll take 6. Okay, Alesha becomes a little bit of a thing, right? Because now we attack, play Alesha. Question is, how much can we attack with and still leave blockers back is the real thing. All right, I'm in. Let's go. Because also, if we can do this enough time and Thrill Seeker ends up with Death Touch, like, that's the other way out. Alright, not the greatest way to survive, but we're not dead. And then they'll copy every trigger. Sure. Okay, that worked. Cool. We got what we wanted out of the scenario. So then, I mean, just attack with Thrill Seeker, right? So now Thrill Seeker has Death Touch. Block it or don't. Yeah, exactly. We're just going to get it back. Okay, that keeps it from going to the yard. I guess I could have shot that first, but I was planning on just playing Laughing Jasper and seeing if that can get us something off their deck to maybe bounce something or whatever. I mean, if they got like Doppelgang, we're wrecked. Okay, well, they'll find what they're looking for with that much mana. If they don't, then I guess we got supremely lucky, or they got... Oh, if that's the best thing? Okay. I was expecting it was going to be way worse than that. Sure. I mean, we do have to be careful, because their stuff can get trample, and we're only at 15, so like that is a real thing. I'll just block, I guess. I mean, because we're not in the situation of wanting to take any extra damage right now. Sure, you got it. What is this? Outsmart the Amateur. Draw 3 cards? I can't cast it yet anyway. I mean, I could take 2 and cast it, I guess. But I don't need to draw 3 cards, so I'm getting to play their cards. So there's that. So let's start the turn by just attacking with the Gastral Thrill Seeker. Alright. And dies. I get to put 2 counters on an Overlord of the Hauntwoods, which sucks for us, but, you know, things are what they are. Alright. Let's play... Man, maybe I do want to draw the 3 cards. I don't know. Let's play their Llanowar Elf for sure. You know what? Let's just play Thoughtstalker. We don't get anything out of their hand. And we'll just call it good. Get back Thrill Seeker. Alright. We do gain a life from the Thrill Seeker each turn, too. Alright, cool. We got there. This felt very dangerous. Like, we were on the cusp of losing to a couple of big cards. Because, again, if they had, like, a Doppelgang or anything to spend all that mana on, that could have been really bad. Man, we have not done well drawing lands in our openers. This is better. Let's keep it... Man, I kind of really want... I think we have to keep the Thoughtstalker and hope we find the mana. I think it's just going to have to be our game plan. Worst case scenario, we get to play a land, ping the opponent, play Gecko, discard a Thoughtstalker. Try to find a land. Or we find a Gastral Thrill Seeker, which is pretty cool, since we already dealt a point of damage. This is why Gecko's so good. I mean, we still need a third untapped land to play the Thoughtstalkers, but we get to at least apply some pressure to the opponent. Alright, try attacking. I think it's worth it to discard and see if we can just dig to a land. Nope, and we just threw a Thoughtstalker. Gosh dang it. That was the worst card to draw. Ugh. And all they're probably trying to do is get a bunch of instants in the graveyard to play the stupid crab to tap stuff down or whatever. Man, that sucks. Alright, try to attack again. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to play a Thoughtstalker. I don't even know if it's, like, yeah. I mean, Thoughtstalker's actually still good, is the problem. But I guess that's what we gotta do. Oh, there's been no lands. If we'd had lands at any point, we slam dunk win this thing. Ugh, so brutal. LU, sure. And they're at 7. So they can block a gecko. Hey, we found land. Look at us. All right, opponent goes to 6. I don't have anything to get back, but they don't know that we're holding Alesha. We're also holding Scale the Shell. Just trying to think through this real quick. If we play Gev first, doesn't do anything. All right, go to attacks. All right, opponent's going to take 2, 3. We can make it 4, 5, and then they go to 1, but then we're not doing anything. Except maybe just play Gev. This guy an elemental? He is. So there's a chance they're just going to play the big bounce all your stuff. Oh, no, wait. Actually, that's fine if opponent goes to 1 and then bounces our stuff, because then we just replay Thrill Seeker and they'll die, right? So let's just do that. All right. Okay, cool. That feels like they might have conceded thinking I just have like a burn damage in hand or something, but either way, we'll take it. I felt like we were in a pretty good spot at that point, but you never know. But man, that was not looking good for us. Not getting our 3rd land until the last turn of the game there, but it worked out. Okay. Yeah, keeping. Just had to be a little careful because looking like when you have Cavernous Souls, it's like how many non-creature things am I thinking about playing? So you always got to check that in your opener. Between the Cavernous Souls and the Restless Vents, like you can get in some ugly situations if you're not careful. So be very, very aware of that when you're mulliganing. Alright, so let's go Gecko. Into Gecko. And I'm actually just going to discard the Burst Lightning. I know it sounds a little crazy, but I'm expecting we're going to be attacking a lot, and I'm probably going to use Scale of Shale at some point. Oh, there's a Voice of Victory. Well, how do we feel about that? What play? Oh, this is probably the deck that's playing like the Bird and what's his name? Aang and whatever, right? So, my thing is if we attack, I'm forced to use Scale of Shell now, but I get to leave up Lightning Strike, I guess. If they don't do anything, then I guess we just play Alesha. Alright, fair enough. Okay, well, decision made for us. And we gain a little life, so it's not the worst thing. Again, I could have also just killed it with a Lightning Strike or whatever, but wanted to leave this up in case they did put something in on this turn. Then we could deploy to Alesha. High Noon. Well, lucky for us, we don't often want to play a bunch of spells. So let's... We don't have anything in the yard either, do we? No, that's gross. 2, 4, 5. We can make that 6. They go to 7. I think I'm willing to do that. Alright, end the turn. Okay. I would like to attempt to Burst Lightning you. You do whatever the hell you want to do. Alright, so they're planning to do something on our turn. Fair enough. Let's go attacking. Aang, you got it. Sure, shoot Aang. and attack. All right, cool. Got there. Yeah, my logic there was they were going to be in a situation where usually their best play is going to be a 3-mana thing. So rarely are they going to be able to do 2 things. So once they're down to 1, they're pretty much saying, I'm going to be able to block 1 thing unless it's Aang. And then they just replay it. But the problem is they know we have the Hired Claw. So we play Hired Claw, then they play Aang to keep us from getting it, and then they take damage anyway. So they were kind of in a bad spot there. We're lucky because I think playing something like Lizards, we have a bunch of triggers happening even when we're not casting anything. And that does help in that matchup quite a lot. This is one of the strangest hands to even consider keeping. I'm going to do it, but I think this ends up in a loss, unless we just top deck creatures. But it's kind of like, what are we going to do otherwise, you know? Maybe the opponent has a hand where they were planning on keeping a Llanowar Elf and planning to keep a Badgermole Cub, and we get rid of both of them, and then their hand goes to crap. Oh, they were planning on just keeping just the Llanowar Elf. Oh, hold up. Hell to the yeah. Oh, this is big business. The opponent kept a 1-lander with the Llanowar Elf. Crazy. I didn't think it was going to be like that because our hand was not good. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, I guess if they're playing removal, they can go and get rid of our Gev. It'd be smart. I mean, taking 2 is way better than all the damage that's about to come your way. And if I untap and get to play the Higher Claw, it's going to be way worse because then they won't be able to kill our guy. If they're not playing mono... Well, they're playing some other color. They're not playing mono green because they're playing starting towns. Oh, sure. That makes sense. We wouldn't have been able to protect against that anyway. So it all works out. Let's put this on Lizard. Go ahead and play a Hired Claw. And we'll go ahead and get a Hazoret down. Which sadly, Seam Rip does deal with Hazoret. But I could see now why they tried to gamble on 1 land, right? It was a starting town. You have a Seam Rip. You have a Llanowar Elf. There's some good reasoning going on there. Ooh, wait. Do I want both? Nah. I want to keep the opponent off of stuff. Like, we're at that point. Yeah. All right. No. All right. Got to mulligan that. Okay, this is one where we have Steam Vents, but Steam Vents isn't punishing us necessarily. Oh, Scale of Shell's pretty good, but I think it has to go. Pollinator. Man, you know how badly I want to play a Gev here? Alright, we're going to pass. See what they try to cast first, and then we'll make our decision. Because they might go like land, Badgermole, tap the Pollinator. Oh, it's a Deep Cavern Bat. I wasn't expecting to see that. Alright. Sure. They get to keep their mana. Well played, opponent. And we also know they have black mana now, which changes things. Because now we probably want a 1-mana thing and Gev if we can get so lucky. So 1-mana Deuter off the top, please. And then don't know what we want after that. Because with them having basically still a full hand and 3+ mana next turn, like, I don't think it's worth running out a Laughing Jasper. But if the removal's like Requiting Hex, then it sucks. We just lose Gev, and it's unfortunate. But just kind of how things are. Lightning Strike's nice, but doesn't really solve any problems. Would have really, really, really hoped for one of our 1-mana duders. We're playing a full set of 8 of them. Didn't get them, though. The good news, though, is now we have a Lightning Strike that the opponent doesn't know about. The funny thing is, like, in the past world, if your opponent attacks here, you're like, okay, you can only have a limited number of things. But now, because of Sneak and everything else, it's like, do I want to block? Like, maybe. It's a real question if they attack here, because, like, I don't know what they're playing at all. All right, so I'm assuming they left up mana to try to counter something. So let's get some damage in. Because this feels really suspicious. What flash things would they be playing in that kind of deck? I don't think there are any. Yeah, I was going to say, it had to be a counter. Like, nothing else made sense. Alright. And that just counters anything, right? Yeah, unless the controller pays 2 more. So they were probably banking on us trying to play one of these. And they could still have another one. Or the X add counters damage thing, or counter thing. So that's also possible. Still have 3 mana. Alright, so they're going to have 2 available. One of which deals damage. Forsaken Miner is an interesting choice. So now I'm really trying to figure out what their deck does. Do you not have anything? Gotta have something, right? Like, what are we doing? Because the Miner doesn't block. I mean, maybe it's just another counter. Let's see it. If that's what it is. I mean, they go to 9. Counter the Thoughtstalker. And then we have 6 damage in hand. So we're close to just getting there anyway. Man, I swear, playing at Mythic is wild. I mean, they're trying to do something. I mean, if they shoot Gev, that's 2, and that helps us out. Okay, so there's another Quandrix Charm. Not sure what they wanted to protect so badly, but I'm not sad they did. Oh, Corpse. Oh, so this is a Corpses of the Lost weird pile of stuff? Well, then here we just want to draw an untapped land, right? That kind of works too, I guess. Alright, well, at least I know what card they were protecting now. They didn't want us to get rid of their... Oh. Okay. Why did you keep back the Pollinator if you weren't going to block? I just assumed... Oh, I forgot. I could have played the Gecko there first. Oh, that was so bad. I could have Geckoed and had 2 blockers. That would have been infinitely better. Yeah, if I lose because of that, that's terrible. I mean, it's not really terrible. I should lose because of that, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, this went a whole different direction. Man, Quandrix Charm, Deep Cavern Bats, Corpses of the Lost, and Pollinator. Wow. Zero clue how this all went down. And still, an untapped land is probably a winning card. But if I had another blocker, or actually if I'd have just played Gecko, I'd have another attacker, and it would definitely be a winning card. If they attack, we're not blocking. There's no benefit. Like, with them having 1 card in hand, we're not going to die to that. So, even if they just, like, sack it to draw cards to replay the Corpses of the Lost, then, like, fine. I mean, they have something. I don't know what something is. Unless it's just pausing because of Pollinator. Alright, we get 2 things from you. Oh, and one's a Deep Cavern Bat. Well, isn't that something? All right, Deep Cavern Bat it is. So now you got to play what's in your hand, and we have a Scala Shell to protect something. You know what else? I just told y'all about the gecko, and I goofed up again. Yeah, that's fine. Because we automatically get the two. I forgot that I'll deal a damage with Gev, so it would have automatically done what we wanted. Yeah, opponent's top decking. If we attack for 8, we can make sure to gain 7 if we wanted. Do we care about that? If we gain 7, yeah, sure. I think this is fine. Yeah, that's how we expected they were going to block, so that's okay. Alright, now we should be in good shape. We're at 16. We have the burn spell. We have the flyer. Even after missing the gecko on 2 turns, like, we're still going to win. So I guess we were pretty favored in this matchup, because I only got to 3 mana, didn't even play this well, and we still got the win. You know, I'll say this about the deck. I definitely did not play my best today, partly because I spent a lot of time doing plumbing things around my house, and then still had to record. And then OBS messed up, so I had to record this set of games again, which is good, because we had equally good results both times, so I can say, hey, this deck's pretty fun and pretty quality. Here's what I will say, though. While Hazoret is a fun card to play, there is a reasonable argument, because we have 30 creatures in the deck, that you could cut Hazoret to play a couple of Strategic Betrayal so that you can deal with graveyards. It's not a lot, but it's one of the few ways you're going to be able to beat some of the graveyard decks without having to outrace them. So depending on if you're more worried about control decks, then there's a chance you want Hazoret, right? Because it's harder for them to get rid of. If you're worried about graveyard decks, cut the Hazorets, play Strategic Betrayals. That's probably the biggest thing. The other thing to note is I'm 50-50 on if the deck even wants or needs Restless Fence. And I think it comes down to if you want to keep the Hazorets and the Thrill Seekers or not, right? Because having hasty creatures against the control decks, particularly indestructible creatures, is very good. Which is also where the Restless Fence shines, right? Having those last 2 or 4 points of damage against the control decks can be very good. But the trade-off is it stops you from playing some of your 1 mana things and rolling into your 2 mana plays, and that's a pretty big deal. So I'm considering just cutting them and then playing an extra, maybe Starting Town and a Blazemire Verge, maybe. And at least giving us the option of having more like turn 1 play and a turn 2 play. That's probably better. So I'm going to leave this up, but again, depending on how you decide to build it, there's some parts to move around between Hazoret and the Restless Fence or whatever, and I think that could affect your outcomes. But overall, I would say Scala Shell proved its worth multiple times. I think Gecko, except for the last game where I didn't play it for whatever reason, you know, hey, late night, sleep deprived, you know, but card is obviously still very good. If anything, I kind of want extra Thrill Seeker. Realistically, it's a 2/3 for 2. It deals a damage to your opponent. You get to gain a life. It helps get the max speed thing. So if you were missing something else, like, I don't know, maybe you don't have Thoughtstalker, you don't have an Alesha or whatever, I think it'd be totally fine to play another Thrill Seeker and bring the budget option of this up a little bit more. But that's probably the only place I think as far as the creatures I would adjust anything. I think all the other creatures are very good. We got to see Laughing Jasper do a lot of work in this video. So don't really want to mess with too much else. I arguably maybe cutting an Alesha is the right thing to do. Like -1 Alesha, +1 Thrill Seeker. It also brings the casting cost of the deck down a little bit, gives you more direct damage, gives you a potential haste creature late. It helps set up the speed for Hazoret. So there's a lot of things going on there. Now, I will say this though. Downside, this is susceptible to Requiting Hex. Alesha is not, right? So there's that point. of you got to figure out what is more important to you. I think, for my money, I probably want more Thrill Seeker. Also because of Death Touch. So that's what I'm going to do. But again, your version may be different. This one's a little bit easier on the rares and mythics by making that decision. But I'm going to leave this up over on Moxfield. But keep in mind that if you want to make any of these changes to the Moxfield list, I think it's totally okay. Just decide on what's important to you. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.